Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another wear test video. Today we're going to be wear testing the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I had just done a wear test video. I know I'm doing a lot of like wear test foundation concealer videos lately. I don't know why, it just like has been happening. But I did one on the new Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Foundation. I got this comment here basically asking like which one I preferred, the Bobbi Brown or the Estee Lauder, and like what the wear time is. And I realized I've never worn the Estee Lauder one for a long amount of time because, to be honest, I'm nervous. It's a matte foundation and I was afraid of looking bad throughout the day, but my family's coming in to New York today. We're gonna do stuff together, so if my foundation looks bad, it's just my family kind of thing. So we're gonna do a wear test today. I'm hoping, it is 8:30 right now. I'll probably get my makeup done by 9 and I'm hoping to do at least 12 hours on this. I could have woken up early, but I just came back from Chicago and so I needed the sleep. I was really kind of tired. So we're gonna start our makeup like we do all the time with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I feel like my acne has really changed as I've grown up and I kind of don't like it because the acne I used to have when I was a kid was very surface level. It was very like whiteheads and like multiple whiteheads, but like, you know, you could deal with it. You could put like a patch on it. These pimples that I've been getting in the last probably 6 months to a year have been the really deep ones. I feel like it's like a rock underneath it. So I microdermed it originally with the Mighty Patch ones. They don't do anything. And then I did the Zit Sticker one and I started to see some progress. So it punctured it enough that I put like a regular Mighty Patch over the top. And I feel like finally it doesn't feel like when I press down there's like a fucking rock behind it. I do a very pretty basic makeup look today, as we always do when we're wear testing foundations. So let's just get into it. I won't talk very much. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit in the bottle. I hate that this doesn't have a pump. Oh my god, I didn't even wet my sponge. Okay, just a reminder, this is what the foundation looks like on its own. I did shear it out a little bit. I will build it up on my cheeks so we can get like the full effect. But this stuff is super full coverage. And as you guys know, like I'm not a fan of like so super full coverage that like I don't see my own skin. But it automatically covered redness. You know, it blends out really easily. Like I really genuinely like the foundation for what it is. Like look at that. It just blends into nothing. I do think because I used the primer that I use, which best primer in the world, is why like it's not completely matte right off the bat. And I do have like an array of hydrating products to use on top of it because I don't want to use powder. I want to give it a fair shot. And if I use powder on top of a matte foundation, it'll make me even drier because I'm a dry skin girl. So I thought I would use mostly creams today. This is the makeup. Let's get up close and personal. I did this in a record like 15 minutes, okay? Okay. This is how the makeup is sitting on top of the foundation. It's really nice. Everything blends really well together. I'm gonna get my little mirror out here just to look with you all. I think it looks great. I think it covers my skin. It's definitely more like full coverage, I'll say, less skin-like. I do like how it looks though. I really do. And I think, you know, using a lot of like hydrating products is really good for me because I like a hydrating look. I'm gonna set it one more time with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I'm gonna get ready to go. There is a change in my plans. I also wanted to do this foundation test today because I thought I was going to the zoo today, the Bronx Zoo, so you know, like a, what's it called, a conservation zoo. But my little brother's not feeling well, so he is not coming. So we're not doing that. So I think we're actually hanging stuff in my apartment today, and maybe, I mean, I kind of want to take my family to a part of Manhattan they've never been, but we'll see. So as I did with the Bobbi Brown foundation, I'm just gonna set my face one more time since I'm hoping to wear this about 12 hours. And I will try to do 2 to 3 check-ins per day. So I'll see you guys in the first check-in. I didn't talk here because my family was over, but basically this is like 3.5 hours in. I had just walked about 4 miles to get my family and to bring them back to my place, and then we hung up a thing anyway. I do feel like the foundation looks super dry around my mouth, and I do feel like it's breaking up a little bit around my chin. Okay, hello, this is the 8-hour check-in. I walked about 8 miles today. It was gonna be a big day. My dad and my brother came in and we like did a bunch of stuff in New York. This is how the makeup's holding up. I will say on my chin, there is some clinging to dry patches. I do have a lot of transferring from my mascara to my lid today, which is interesting, but I don't think that's the foundation. That's not what we're focusing on. I think it's simply just like, it's hot, it's sweaty, and I've sweat a lot. I think other than the dry patches and it like settling into my lines, it actually still looks pretty good. I will do, I'm so starving. I'm starving, so I'm gonna eat, but then I'll do a little check-in after. But I think so far, it does hold up well. Hi everyone, it's been 10.5 hours with this foundation on. Let's do a check-in. I'm gonna try to make it to 12, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. My dad and my brother came in from New Jersey and we walked, I'm gonna say 10 miles, but let's see what, 8.5. And we walked 8.5 miles. So, you know, when you walk 8.5 miles in a day, you just get exhausted. So I've been like fighting sleep for the last 2 hours. But let's look at the foundation. I have some thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna have my little mirror, but we're gonna zoom in close. Okay, I would say overall, I'm very impressed with the foundation. On this side of my nose, I was wearing sunglasses and you can clearly see where the foundation has migrated and shifted. It's very clinging to itself, kind of patching up, which is kind of, I feel like, normal for regular foundations. At our like 6-hour check-in or 5 or 4, at my first check-in with you guys, I was saying how the makeup had settled into my smile lines. I do feel like that has somehow stopped. I think it's really interesting to see how like your body reacts with the foundation or your natural oils with the foundation throughout the day, because and that's why I like doing long wear tests, because if I had taken this off at 5 hours, I would be very unhappy with it, but I'm actually pretty happy. I'm actually very happy with it as it stands. It's definitely not super glowy. I know like my forehead is absolutely insane right now. But beside where I put highlighter, the rest of my face is pretty satin. The only thing I will say is around my acne, it is very, very, very dry. And then at this corner of my mouth, minus where I like literally it was eating a bagel and cream cheese got on my chin, but it's also kind of getting a little dry over here, which is interesting because I feel like in my face, where I get dry is not typically my chin, but perhaps my whole like, you know, biology is changing. Because I walked 8 miles, you can see here, it's almost like I have tiger stripes. My eyelashes, they touch. So that was definitely moving around. That's not the foundation, that's just like what's happening on my face. Sorry, I'm so tired. But I will say overall, like right now as it stands, I am way happier with that foundation than I thought I would be. I did it, y'all. I didn't think I was gonna make it 12 hours, but I did. So here's 12 hours of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Let's get up close and personal. Okay. What did I do between 10.5 hours and 12 hours? 30-minute core workout. So she's been through a lot, okay? This foundation, all right, let's get up close. Honestly, okay, you guys saw the 10.5 hours. I feel like somehow my acne over here looks less dry than before. However, this I still looks like really quite dry. Smile lines, a little bit of crunching in the smile lines, very minimal crunching in the smile lines, and only if I'm really looking for it. I think perhaps I do look a little dry around my mouth. Again, I do feel like all of my bronzer is kind of worn out for the day, which I don't love. My blush over on my apples it's still pretty prominent, but up into the nose area, as I mentioned before, you guys can see where I had my sunglasses on. I don't love that it completely took off product and started building it up on this side. On this side though, you would not know that I was wearing sunglasses. It's insane how each face side is like different. Forehead looks great. Honestly, the head area looks immaculate. Everything is still covered, everything still looks really good. I would say overall, my final verdict, I would give this foundation a 7.5 out of 10. For me personally, I'm actually very dry skinned, okay? So I think if I hadn't used a super hydrating primer to prepped the skin, I think this would have been an absolute mess, because I think the dryness on my chin, because I eat and, you know, like the mouth is an area that product will, you know, things will come in contact with it. I think it's a really good bar of how the rest of my face could look if I did not use a hydrating primer. I think, you know, my forehead is gonna always be somehow very shiny. I like it that way, but otherwise this is pretty still satin matte. Only where I have a highlighter is there any kind of glow. I do think my T-zone got a little oily. I will say though, like, I'm pressing on my face and I don't see any transfer onto my fingertips, which is nice. The oils do come off though. I do think this is a foundation that looks better the longer you wear it, because if you had told me at 4.5 hours, 5 hours, whatever it was, that it was gonna look this good, I would tell you that you were a liar. Oh, I forgot to check. I do think the one consistent issue I've been having, which might just be like every 7 years your body changes, I am in that cycle. And I have noticed a few different things in my body changing that like wasn't there the year before. I do think this like weird dryness right here at the corner of my eye is very new to me, but it is prominent in pretty much every foundation I wear. I would say, like, unless you're looking for it, you can't see it. I'm looking for it, I can see it. So it's just something for me to be aware of. Maybe I just like make sure to really, really hydrate this area since it is prone to dry patches. But yeah, I think overall, like, it looks really good. I would say like a knock against it is, like, for me, because I'm dry, I think it accentuates my dryness. I am really upset that my bronzer is pretty much gone. Like, you can see my blush, but it's definitely not like it was at the beginning of the day. I do think it held up really well, but I just think for me personally, maybe if you're normal skin, you'd feel differently, but there are foundations that keep me hydrated and also wear as well, if not better than this, while keeping the rest of my makeup fresh looking and prominent. So that is my review. It's been 12 hours. I'm gonna go take this off and take a giant nap. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have tried this foundation, if you like it, if you don't like it, any questions or comments, I can definitely give them to you. And I think I will be having another like wear test video coming in soon. I have been on a foundation kick, which has never been me. I've always been like same foundation kind of girly. Who am I? She don't know. I just got the new About Face foundation. I ordered it because it was on sale on 21 Days of Beauty. So I will be probably reviewing that as well. And I'm very excited because I've heard great things about that. So I finally will answer this comment here. Personally, for me, the Bobbi Brown foundation is better than this one. For dry skin girls, I just think the wear on it was nicer, and I think it just kept me hydrated the best. And I think it wore off less. Like, I think it wore better throughout the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.